So if there's one thing that really bothers me about Christianity, it's not the religion of Christianity, it's the people of Christianity. A few weeks ago I made a video titled Why I Dislike Church, where I voiced a few simple reasons as to why I dislike church. For those of you who don't know, even when I was a very devout Christian, I even then still disliked church. Because I say this because I was very hurt within the church by people within Christianity. It's not Christianity the problem that I have with, it's the people who have the label of a Christian but don't actually act how a Christian should act. This video is a response to a very short post that I found on the internet about me. And I'm not making this video to respond because it's negative towards me, by all means. I'm responding to it because when I went to the profile of the person who wrote this article, I found out that this person is a self-proclaimed Christian. And when I say self-proclaimed Christian, what I mean to say is they have the label of Christianity. They say, yeah, I'm a Christian, but on the side, I'm banging 6 or 7 other women at the same time. You know, if there's one thing in Christianity that bothers me the most, it's the people who label themselves, yeah, I'm a Christian. I believe in compassion, mercy, love, and acceptance. I believe in all of these qualities, but they don't actually have them. You know, they say, yeah, I'm a virgin, but on the side, they're having sex with a gazillion people. It's this type of label of Christianity which drives me insane, and I get really disgusted when someone says that I'm a Christian and then they go do something exactly which is what is against the Christian belief, whether it be mercy, compassion, not loving someone, not accepting or hating homosexuals or whatever the case is. But this person wrote basically a textual response to my video on why I dislike church, and because this is a self-proclaimed Christian, I feel the need to call them out on basically their hypocrisy towards me, but their hypocrisy towards the label of Christianity. In my video, Why I Dislike Church, at 2:56, I say, and I ask the question, why do I have to sing in church? And she responds, because you're praising Jesus in the song. Because as your closed-minded little brain has stated before, you don't believe in him, so you don't have to sing. And as he stated before this, he went to church because his mother asked him to, and now he's on YouTube bitching about having to go and how he dislikes church. When I read this first paragraph, I couldn't help but laugh, and the reason is, none of my videos, any of them, all 460 some videos, I have never said that I don't believe in Jesus. In fact, that's the exact opposite. I do believe in Jesus. I don't really know where I stand with believing that Jesus was the Son of God, because I'm kind of in a transition right now. I'm a deist. I've been doing a crap load of study within Christianity and theism right now. I've been looking at, I've been exploring the problem of evil and suffering, and I've been exploring actually more in depth of Christianity than I have ever done before since I've taken that step back. But I believe in Jesus, meaning that I believe that Jesus is a real person. I think if anyone actually denies the existence that Jesus was not a real person, I think that's pure ignorance on their part, because we even have secular history people who write journals and stuff, and Jesus is not just talked about in the Bible. There's hundreds and hundreds of sources that talks about the historiography of Jesus. Not necessarily that he was the Son of God, but that he was a real person. And I believe that Jesus was a real person. I believe that he was a moral teacher. And for you to say that I don't believe in Jesus, where you don't even quote me where I've said this, is wrong. So right at the first paragraph, you state something about me, which is wrong. But that's typical of self-proclaimed Christians, isn't it? What also amazes me about this post is the last sentence where you said, he went to church because his mother asked him to, and now he's on YouTube bitching about having to go, and now how he dislikes church. In my video, I explained that I went to church because I had family coming over from Pennsylvania, and my mom just asked me if I would be willing to go with her, and I said, sure. Out of respect and love for my family, I went to the church. And it's funny that you say that I'm on YouTube bitching about it, because I was simply expressing why I have certain problems and why I dislike church. I wasn't bitching. The funny thing is that you're claiming that I was bitching about going to church, when in reality you're actually bitching about me going to church and expressing a few views on why I personally dislike it. So you're doing the exact thing that you're accusing me of doing. So right there, self-proclaimed Christian, point 1, hypocrisy. Self-proclaimed Christians are really well known for that, but let's continue. In my video Why I Dislike Church at 3:46, I say, why do we have to sing these terrible worship songs? So first off, I don't care if you're an atheist or not. Don't talk crap about what other religions do. You talk about us being closed-minded. Have you met yourself? Really? I'm talking about all atheists now. They're so retarded, it's not even funny. They're hypocrites, all of them! 100% disagree with you, and here's why. Are you really going to say that people shouldn't talk crap? And I wasn't talking crap, I was actually saying valid points in my video. But are you really going to say that people shouldn't say anything bad about religion? Are you really going to argue that point? Because let me tell you something, even when I was a devout Christian, I still talked about Christianity and bad things within Christianity that people would do about Christianity, that I would talk about Christians who would give Christianity a bad name. You know, the hatred, or the hatred of homosexuals, the non-acceptance, the non-loving, the hatred, the bigotry of homosexuals. I would talk about this as a Christian on YouTube, and I was actually more of a left-wing Christian anyway, because I believed that homosexuality was perfectly acceptable and that it was only condemned in the Old Testament. But that's besides the point. Is that religion does in fact need to be talked about. Even when I was religious, I talked about problems in religion. If you're that daft to think that you shouldn't talk anything bad about religion, you're crazy, because there's a lot of problems with religion. There's a lot of problems with society in general. We talk about things on the news about people hurting one another, and likewise we should also address the things in religion that need to be addressed. Whether it's the hatred, whether it's the bigotry, whether it's the discrimination, whether it's the hatred of homosexuals. These types of things need to be addressed, and I'm not going to sit back as a Christian or not and not talk about them, because they need to be talked about. And if you're going to argue that they don't need to be talked about, you are an idiot. You are stupid. And no, I'm not just throwing that out there to be mean. I'm saying that because there are things that need to be talked about. A lot of things need to be talked about. And the way we make a difference in our world today is by talking about them. That's how we make a difference. That's how we change. You have to be the change you want to see. If you don't want to see change, then don't talk about it. Don't make people aware of issues. Don't talk about bad things and try to censor everything. That's not me. It never will be me. And you need to... I'll stop there. I'll stop there. In my video Why I Dislike Church at 4:20, I say I don't like the greeting part of church, where in a church service you have to hold people's hands and shake them and stuff. I'm pretty sure every church does that, or I think so. Who knows? You don't like that? You're greeting new people or friends or family or getting to know people. You know, instead of sitting there not knowing when this guy is a complete moron, I actually dislike him. No, not every church does this. Not every church does the turn around and greet your neighbor type of thing for 20-some seconds. My old church didn't do this, so for you to say that all churches do this is just ignorance on your part, because you can't know what all churches do. But it's really not an issue of shaking other people's hands. It's the fact that I'm uncomfortable touching people who I don't know and who I don't trust, or complete strangers. And you may say, well, it's a handshake. Yeah, it may be a handshake, but I don't trust people. I just don't like it. I have an anxiety disorder, which when I get in large crowds of people and their bodies are touching me and stuff, I go into a panic attack, and I can't deal with that. And part of that was resulted from my sexual assault that happened when I was 16. So you have to understand, I'm not complaining, oh, I want to be antisocial with people. No, I can be social with people. I shake people's hands all the time. But just a random person who I don't know in church, who I've never met, it's just, I prefer not to shake their hand, that's all. 450, my video, Why I Dislike Church, this guy is an idiot, where I talked about someone who is very stupid. Really? You really want to go there? Yes, there has been some really screwed up things happening in church, but seriously, people act as it's a common thing, and it's not. Not every single person at church is a molester or pedophile. My retarded friend, Matt's Skype name is Pastor Feelgood. He's such a little twat, it's not even funny. This is from a comment that I totally agree with. What is your problem? Can you please quote me any place in my video where I exclusively say people in church are all pedophiles and molesters? No place did I say that. In fact, that would be a massive generalization to make a statement that all people are like this. And anybody who makes a statement, no matter who it is, if they say that all religious people are pedophiles and molesters, that's wrong. That's stupidity, because that's not true. That's like saying every person who is a Muslim is automatically a terrorist. And believe it or not, I know quite a few atheists, well-known atheists here on YouTube, who actually think that. Who think that if someone is a Muslim, they are somehow associated with terrorism, and that they're a terrorist and they want to force jihad and all that crap, whatever it is, on people. And no, I don't believe this at all. I never said that all people who are religious are pedophiles and molesters. But if you want to assume that they are, if you want to assume that I said that, I recommend you taking those earplugs out of your ears and listen to my video again, because I don't say that anyplace. We all know that within church and within religion and within Catholicism, there is always the molestation of children. There's always sexual things that happen. This statement seems pretty much the definition of discrimination and bigotry based on religious beliefs. Why is discriminating based on religion acceptable now, but discriminating based on sexual orientation, gender, race, nationality is wrong? What's the difference? I completely 100% disagree with you. This statement that I've made is not discriminating whatsoever. It's not bigotry, it's not hateful. I am stating a truth factor here that molestation and sexual things happen within religion. Even outside of religion, these same things happen. It's not just exclusively to religion, although in religion it seems to be a lot more predominant. Dominant. It seems to be a lot more excessive within religion. So, Catholic priests, I mean, we get like an article, or we hear news stories almost every single month of some Catholic priest in some other country molesting children, or saying that it's the will of God for him to do this or have sex with young children. This is a fact. This happens. It happens in and outside of religion, and for me to deny this by saying it doesn't happen would be stupidity. And for you to say that I'm discriminating against a religion, you, madam, have no idea what discrimination is. I have the actually definition of it. It says the unjust treatment of different categories of people or things, especially on the grounds of race, age, and sex. Where in my statement here am I actually giving unjust treatment? I'm not. In fact, I'm stating a fact. Molestation and sexual things occur within religion, and they occur outside of religion. But it seems that within religion there's a lot more excessive, God's telling me to do this, or God's is talking to me saying that I need to molest children. Within Catholicism and Christianity and Mormonism and all those other religions, it's not just one specific, but this is truth, and for you, I acknowledge this truth, that sexual things happen within religion. And by stating this fact, that is in no way discriminating. I'm not being unjust. I'm not saying that all people are like this or all people do this. It just so happens that we always seem to get articles and news stories of some Catholic priest who molests young children. And that bothers me. It's wrong, it's disgusting, and it needs to be talked about. And I addressed it in my video, why I dislike church. Because there's a lot of disturbing things that happen within church and outside of church. I guess what's interesting is that you don't see the difference between someone being born being born Japanese, Chinese, whatever, and having ethnicity or nationality that they can't change, whereas being born in a religious household. Those are two different scenarios. And finally, in my video, Why I Dislike Church, at 6 I say, I tell people when I'm not feeling good. If someone asks me, how am I doing, I'm honest with them and I say, I'm not feeling good. I seriously doubt that happened. I seriously doubt that you even actually said that. You're full of poop. You're just bored and looking for something to complain about, idiot. And I'm done listening to this guy. I said all that needed to be said. You, madam, don't know me very well, much less you don't know me as a person individually. Everybody who knows me individually on a personal level, who's actually met me, for the most part, they almost always tell me that I'm very blunt, I'm very honest. If someone asks me how I'm doing, I'm going to tell them, I feel like crap today. I'm not going to sugarcoat things. I'm not going to say, oh, I'm feeling fantastic when I actually feel like crap. I don't like faking myself. I don't like faking how I'm feeling. If I'm feeling bad, if I'm feeling depressed, if I'm feeling discouraged, I will tell people if they ask me. I will do that. And for you to make this statement over the internet, which is, it's the internet, let's all assume things about someone where we don't really know. You only know what I tell you in my videos. You don't know me as a person, and for you to judge my person as and saying that I doubt you really said that, you have no way to prove that. You have absolutely no way to prove that I would not say something like that. But if you've watched any of my videos, which apparently you don't, you'd realize that I do say things all the time like this. Like, I'll start a video out by saying, I'm not feeling very good today, or I'm not in a very good mood today, or I'm feeling so energetic today, or I'm very happy today. I'm like that. I say what I feel, for the most part, and I use discretion except when I'm Deadpool. But this is the entire article, basically, or post that she wrote about me. And the reason I'm making this video is because, for some reason, I couldn't take a screenshot of it, but I'll put her link to where she wrote this down below in the description. If you click that, you will see her profile, which I have right up here. She's 19, she lives in Florida, and she says, and I quote, "Jesus Christ is my Lord and Savior, and I'm not ashamed of it." Let me tell you something. You should be ashamed that Jesus Christ is your Lord and Savior. Do you know why? Because from your post here, you display nothing of Christianity. You display nothing of the attitude and acceptance and the love and the mercy and the compassion of Jesus Christ. The post that I read from you is a post that sounds not only angry, but it sounds as if you are one of those self-proclaimed label Christians, because in your post you say the F word, you say several different profanities, which if you are a genuine Christian you would realize, or I should not say genuine Christian, if you are a devout Christian, you take your faith seriously, you should not be speaking like this, especially towards someone who is going through a transition in terms of religion, which is what I'm doing. If you really think that you're trying to show the love of Jesus Christ by saying, this guy is full of shit, this guy doesn't know what he's talking about, you shouldn't talk about religion this way, you're a narrow-minded, have you ever looked at yourself? I mean, that you capitalize that. You're so narrow-minded, have you ever looked at yourself? Actually, I have, and that's why I've been constantly changing as a person, is because I look at myself. Someone who's narrow-minded is someone who makes a post like you've done here, where you make assumptions about me as an individual. You make generalizations about what you think I would say or wouldn't say when you don't even know me. I have a problem with people who have the label of Christian but who don't actually live it. And you're one of those examples. And I thought that, you know what? Since you made a post about me, I'll make a video about you. So with that said, I'm Daniel Sulzbach, also known as Mr. Repzion. I'm going to be having some interesting videos up in the next coming week because I've been exploring the issues of evil and suffering within Christianity, and I'm on the stepping stone. I'm a deist, for those of you who don't know, and I've just been examining Christianity and deism and atheism quite a lot recently, and I'm going to be doing some more religion videos up in the upcoming weeks, so please look forward to that. And with that said, peace the rep out, and have a fantastic Monday, if Mondays can actually be good days. Peace.